All right, man. Shout out to the playback. Today we're gonna talk about Keith Thurman and Jerron Boots Ennis and a few other topics. I am your host, the Black Horseman. I've already dropped the link. Shout out to the team. I'm dropping it in the Google chat right now, and there's one in the live chat. If someone wants to join the discussion, um, not too much going on, other than one particular change and announcement on the PBC side. Um, What's up, Trav? We got Trav, the first one up in here, man. Shout out to Trav. That's my bro right up on here on YouTube, man. Y'all subscribe to him, check his content out. And yeah, man, few things, man, but an update on the PBC side. They are making some changes to a card that is going to be taking place. Initially, it was just going to be Janabek and Laura, but Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach. No, excuse me. It was Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach fight that was already scheduled, and then Oshaki Foster and Stephen Fulton fight that was supposed to be on the Thurman Fandora card, but that got rescheduled. I think it's moved to January. So Fulton and Foster will be on the Pitbull Cruz Lamont Roach card, which is December 6th in San Antonio, Texas. Also on that card, Janabek versus Laura in a unification bout in the middleweight division, where some of us know already that there's a potential that Bud Crawford could be pursuing his sixth weight class and in pursuit of four-time undisputed. So that'll be insane work if he pulls it off. But this is a good card, man. I can't lie. Um, not everybody is happy about it. Not everybody's happy about it. One person in particular, Keith Thurman. He's kind of upset out here, man. Just had an unfortunate career. You know, um, things was great in the first half, but these last 6, 7, 8 years, man, it's been rough. It's been a rough road for Keith. Injuries, and then getting an opportunity at 154 pounds against the once unified champion Sebastian Fundora. Then Fundora gets injured. They say it's a hand injury, and then Keith Thurman is he did this long ass interview, man. It was quite depressing, I must say. But he's trying to keep his spirits up because he was ready to go. He was ready to go. He believed Fundora um, might be trying to wiggle out of the fight, but he's just saying, just still, keep your word. Let's make the fight still happen. Recover. You know how Keith talk to him. Come on, boy. Just recover, and hopefully we can get the boy back in the ring. So Keith, he's just gonna spend some days with his wife, his daughters, and got to get back to work. Prepare for his January card. But um, I was gonna share with y'all. I seen a little bit of footage, man. A lot of the cap is being exposed on one side of the street. But Keith Thurman is funny, man. Thurman is not shy to humor at all. But let me share this with y'all so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I don't own the rights to the content I'm sharing. It's just for educational purposes and criticism. I thought this was funny. Let me share this with y'all, man. Hold on, let me make sure. All right, yeah. Zoom in a little bit.
Hearn mentioned at the post fight, and I wanted to get your comments or at least your rebuttal to this. He mentioned that he had offered Boots to you for this fight, for this date.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Stop lying. Eddie, stop lying. All right? Don't be. Come on now. Fake news. This is America, baby. I'm going to call you out like Trump. Fake news. Alert. Alert. Fake news, people. 100% fake. Please, please. I'm an easy guy to talk to. I'm an easy guy to talk to. Talk to me. Make it happen. Talk to me. Don't talk about me. Don't talk like you talk. Talk to me. All right? You
Um, I guess it's a little bit of cap, according to Keith Thurman, that Eddie Hearn stated that he presented the Boots Ennis fight to him, and that it was supposed to be Keith Thurman, or that could have been Keith Thurman in there instead of this Luis Malima guy that nobody knew. But Keith is calling cap. He said, "Hey man, fake news, man." So um, I hope Boots ain't got Eddie Hearn out here capping, man, because this is not a good look, man. I'm known for Eddie Hearn just saying what needs to be said, but not really doing a whole lot of the capping. You know, I've seen a lot of people have to make like explanations for why this guy needs a tune up at 54 when y'all compare him to the greats of like Bud Crawford or ATG in our sport. So it's just funny how somebody, like Boots, a lot of people want to defend him when we saying, bro, why you out here cherry picking? Why you out here fighting tune ups when other fighters is getting to it? And case in point, um, let me see, Keith Thurman. Okay, yeah, this is Keith Thurman's opinion on the Boots Ennis win. And there's just a few other people I've noticed who are giving their opinions on the Keith Thurman win. I mean, the Boots Ennis win.
mean, it's easy to say after a first round knockout with somebody that you picked when you told the whole world I want a tune up. Like, don't knock out your tune up opponents and say you're the best fighter in the world. Like, calm down, you know. But it's okay. Turn up, calm down. But turn up, but calm down. Okay, but I don't know. Do what you want to do, baby. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearns is a great promoter. He backs his fighters. I appreciate that. I appreciate a promoter who really backs their fighters. We've seen worse in boxing. Okay, people.
Yeah, man, keep low, keep flaming Boots, man. He said turn up, but calm down. You know, and I feel the same way, man. Calm down, cowboy. You're up. You're really, really hype about doing something that you really was supposed to do. Some people actually thought that Luis Malima was okay. I didn't. I actually did my film study on him, and he was just there to be hit. That's all I saw. And so I said in my pre-fight thoughts that if this guy Boots struggles with Luis Malima, then I'm going to question everything that people have said about Boots, man. You know, the guy Luis Malima ain't shit. He had no business being in there with somebody like Boots Sanders. That's why people is feeling like are confused. Like, why are you fighting down to the level of some that's not you? You know what I mean? You've been fighting all of these guys that's not been on your level at welterweight. Then you get to 54 and you doing the same thing. Like, why are we for what, bro? And my mind was just like, you want to get a spectacular performance against somebody who we don't know to send a message to the division? No, I don't get that logic, man. Fighting a nobody and saying, yeah, yeah, man, the division don't notice. No, they're not. You know what I mean? Somebody barely noticed you was who you was fighting. We barely even noticed this guy. Who is he? You know? People who on some big champ shit, they thinking that shit. Like, who is this guy, bro? Where did you get him from? This man barely speak English. Who is he from? Romania, Bulgaria? You know? So it's funny how, Boots had, I mean, Eddie Hearn had to pull out the rabbit out of hat trick for Boots, man. I don't get it. He's so special, but they got to do all of these tune-up specials, man. Tune-up sandwiches. Let's see. And then this was Boots after the fight.
But I want Virgil Ortiz next. And if we can't get Virgil Ortiz next, I heard that Baby Cub was calling me out too. Charlo, he can get it next. Fundora, what's his name? Bartram. But I want Virgil.
Okay, you know how you mentioned the IBF champion, Bakram Martazaliev, trying to act like he don't know how to pronounce his name. You know exactly who he is. Um, did you try to make the fight with him before that? Because I didn't see no statements from Eddie Hearn or you or anybody in your team saying that y'all try to make a fight with Mertazaliev. And Mertazaliev was chilling. I didn't see that he had no fight scheduled. Nobody, matter of fact, not just Boots, but nobody was calling out Mertazaliev. Now all of a sudden that you beat your, this tune up guy. Now all of a sudden you got courage. Yeah, man. Like Keith Thurman said, you know, turn up, but calm down. Because bro, who is this guy preparing you for? Virgil or Lubin, the winner out of that? I don't see how Luis Malema prepares you for any of those guys at all. So I can see if you had an opponent that was just like, you know what, this is a good, this is a good style matchup to prepare him for Virgil since he's fighting Virgil next. Since y'all already had this in motion, you know. Now I can see Virgil Ortiz, he's fighting another southpaw, you know. Now you can do the switching and all of that, but I think a lot of people would say he's probably better in the southpaw stance than the orthodox boost that is. Maybe some people disagree, you know. I got to see him do all of this special effects shit against somebody who's for real. You know, he's calling out Jamel Charlo. I mean, everybody, Keith even called out Jamel Charlo. Jamel Charlo, ever since he took a knee, for all suckers around the world against Canelo, that was it. Nobody care about what Jamel Charlo doing. Him or his brother, man. And you talking about Jamel Charlo? What? What are you talking about, man? This man has been him and Spence, man, has been on vacation ever since that whooping that they both got in their last fights. So nobody expecting them to come back. At least I'm not. So you want to fight people that ain't even trying to come back to the sport. You know, I'm so shocked he didn't call out Spence. You know, for Sebastian Fedora. Yeah, Sebastian Fedora is hurt and he has a fight scheduled with Keith. You know, that's cute, man. How convenient. To call out all of these guys when they have fight scheduled. But when they didn't have fight scheduled, you chose Lima. I just don't like because they did this with Spence. Yeah, there were certain people ducking Spence, just like there's certain people ducking Boots. But everybody not ducking Boots, man. Just like everybody wasn't ducking Spence. And we seen this energy, this hype job shit until they got in front of somebody who was for real, somebody who was on their level. You know, then it was a whole different situation. Knott's Berry Farm. You feel me? You know, Sonic and Knuckles. So it is just this. It'd be kind of weird, man. How let's just see who else. Also speaking of the winner out of Ortiz and Lubin. Look at this.
He ain't got no belt, number one, and he ain't fight nobody. Honestly, Lima is a prospect, if you ask me. They they handed him one. For him to go look good in his hometown, 154-pound debut. It's cool. You know what I mean? Like, he did what he had to do against the dude, but even from watching that dude like his previous fights and watching, before he fought Boots, I was like, Boots is gonna get rid of him. Like, his style was just tailor made, and the way Eddie serves it up. Eddie sit out. He puts guys like Boots against a guy like Lima, and he be like, "Oh, this is the best I've ever seen," and this and that. The way he talk is just like it's eye catching to the fans. So they sit there and they eat that shit up. But if you know, you know, man. Like, if you know, you know.
Yeah, we know. We know what this shit is. And it's not like we're just singling out uh Boots because yeah, Boots fought the tune up. But also Eddie, like how Lubin was talking about, how Eddie be serving his stuff up, man. He's a promoter. He's doing his job. But yeah, man, like it's a hand job, man. That's all they did. This was a hand job for Boots. You know, um, you did what you had to do in front of your crowd. They handed you one, man, and you did what you're supposed to do. But but the ones that's in your division, nobody's impressed by that. The fanboys of Boots are impressed. We understand that. They're gonna make a big deal about getting rid of this guy, Luis Malema. I mean, they had to try their best to try to make it like he was something. This guy, Luis Malema, who we never heard of, never. But they had to try to make something of him. Oh, man, he's bigger than Boots. He's bigger than Boots. He got the IBO strike. You know. So yeah, man. A lot of people was not impressed with this shit. I'm not. I'm not impressed by it. I hope that that the Virgil Ortiz, the win out of Virgil Ortiz and Lubman can handle business. But in the meantime, um, it's just crazy because I didn't even hear him mention the WBA champ, Abbas Baru. I didn't hear that. Man, let me see who up in here first though. Decent card, I think. Janny versus Lure would be decent. Yeah, man. Shout out to that guy up in here, man. What's cracking? So, what's happening, homeboy? Homeboy, what's cracking? Keep some time as a cornball. Yeah, Trav. I was like, okay. He said he believed in Lima. I didn't believe in that shit at all, but I was like, okay. Anybody has a puncher's chance, but he was just there to be hit. Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that. Out of all the people he called out, he didn't call out AB, Abbas Baru. You're in line to fight Abbas Baru, the guy who just got elevated to the WBA champ because Bud Crawford vacated his 54 strap. And you ain't even mention him. At least I didn't, hear it. Maybe he did mention him, but you know, my thing be like a lot of times these fighters, they'll position themselves to be in line to fight one guy, but in their post-fight press interview, they calling out other guys. I'm like, well, why did you even fight this fight? Like I remember back in the day, it was what you call it, Ryan Garcia. He fought Luke Campbell to become the mandatory to Devin Haney's WBC belt, and then he started calling out Tank. I'm like, why would you fight Campbell? Why would you put yourself in a position to become WBC interim just to call out the WBA champ? That don't make sense, bro. Fight the WBC champ, dummy. So same thing I feel like with Boots, man. Um, you out here concerned about what's going on in the WBO and the IBF, and that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I would love to see you versus Virgil Ortiz, but you are right next door. Okay, you have the baby belt to Abbas Baru, bro, the WBA champ. And that ain't no, I don't see that as no tune-up at all. You know, and then even if you make it look like a tune-up, at least you'll get a WBA strap. You get a world title out of that shit. So cool. If you can't fight uh Rakim Murtazaliev, you know, and I feel like, look, if Virgil ain't got a strap right now, then go after the champ. Get on some big champ shit. I thought he was there to fight the champs. You know, so I know that they say that he already contracted to fight Virgil, but I'm like Virgil. Even when Virgil, if he's successful versus Erickson Lubin, they're not. That's not for a vacant title or nothing. Last time I checked, shit, I'll double check, but I don't think it's for no title, man. So I'm just trying to see if it makes sense. Let's see, Virgil Ortiz versus Lubin. And yeah, shout out to Erickson Lubin and Virgil Ortiz. These guys, man, they are not fighting tune-ups, man. I mean, come on, man. I don't see them fighting tune-ups. Erickson Lubin been getting to it. Now, these guys are not doing little champ shit, bro. Let's see. Yeah, this is for the WBC interim. So a bunch of interim ass niggas fighting, man. This is just, I don't know about this, man. You know, that's why I flamed, my last live stream talking about the downfall 154. This shit is not hot, bro. This, it's loaded, but ain't nobody firing. I don't see nobody firing nothing. I don't see no big champ shit cracking off. Oh yeah, 150. It's loaded. It's loaded. Yeah, okay. Well, y'all niggas gonna get active then, man. Let's get some real shootouts taking place then, man. All this loaded shit. Y'all need to load up a good card with some great names, so we really be so we can really see what all the hype is about at 54. But yeah, look at shit, Virgil Ortiz in his first two fights at 54, man. Sergey Bohachuk and Israel Madrimov, man. And now you about to fight Erickson Lubin. Like, I can't be mad at what Virgil doing, man. Not in these last three fights. Nah. I can't be no. I like what Virgil's doing his last three fights than what Boots has done. Just saying. And he might win. Like I said, I'm not picking Virgil to defeat Boots or nothing like that. But I'm just not impressed, man. He gonna have to show me something, man. All these other guys are fighting better competition than him. Y'all doing the Cinderella shit or something, whatever. I'm just sick of the fanboy hype job stuff, man. Get in there, throw him in there, man. Put him in the oven, and let's see if he can cook. Let's see you know how it turns out. You know, Pizza tune up, man. Baby Cub. That it's funny he called Jamel Charlo Baby Cub. That man has been undisputed in the same division you just got to. You fight a tune up and you call the man the former undisputed champ Baby Cub. That's cool with your confidence and everything like that, but you ain't ever been one time undisputed yet. Baby Cub? What would that make you? This guy Boots this is a joke, man. But I know what y'all gonna say. Oh, this is hate. This is hate. Okay, you can say what the fuck you want, man. He ain't won shit. All the shit I'm saying is facts. He ain't won a goddamn thing, man. He fucking got elevated at welterweight, man. Who has this man beat? What are y'all so impressed about as far as his wins? I'm not impressed by the wins, man. I'm not. You have to beat someone who's really done something in the sport for me to be impressed with you. You just haven't done that yet, man. Just haven't done it yet. I seen Keith Thurman beat some people. I seen Erickson Lubin beat some people. I seen Virgil Ortiz beat some good competition. Man, Boo's been fighting Karens and you know these Stakasasalians, whatever race these people is that he fighting, man. You know, Luis Malama being get out of here, man. We're tired of learning new dialects from these tune up, these cherry cans you keep picking out, man. Whatever, man. Y'all keep hyping them. Y'all gonna learn. These hype jobs are gonna get y'all embarrassed, man, humiliated. But yeah, Boss Baru. You know, either you're going after the interim champ or you're going after the legitimate champ, and that's a Boss Baru. Boots. So yeah, man. Maybe you can get the belt, and then Virgil can fight you for the belt. You can get a belt, he can get a belt, then y'all unify. How about y'all fighting this world title on the line? Because you love to brag about this Ring magazine that you won at 147, but you're not number one, and Virgil's not number two. Neither you are number one or number two. Neither you are even champs. So you're not anywhere closer to the Ring magazine. If you want to get close to Ring magazine, you have to get in there with a champ, man. You have to become world champ. So, you know, is this legacy right now? Is this about payday, Virgil Ortiz or whatever? You know, and yeah, man. Another thing too, if I get up out of here, I realized that the the extent of the envy with Bud Crawford and how after he defeated Canelo Alvarez, oh damn, he said Boo's beard is on pads. But yeah, man. After the success of Bud Crawford, how now all of a sudden they try to face Bud Crawford with David Benavidez. And y'all notice David Benavidez is not going for it. Um, Almost begging this man to starve himself back down to 168 in order to try to dethrone Bud Crawford. Do y'all see the extent that they go to just try to make sure that certain ones just don't stay on top or get the throne? It's insane, man. It is absolutely insane. You know, now Bud was you know courageous enough to try to face David Benavidez, some shit, that's on him. But the extent that they're going for and the pressure they trying to make uh to for Bud and Benavidez fight to happen, but they wasn't doing that for Canelo. It's just strange, man. Y'all see how this shit go. It's crazy, you know, that they want Bud to fight David, but then had the same energy for Canelo, man. Y'all going outside. Y'all Canelo fanboys are going out real sad, man. You know. And the Spence fanboys, y'all going out extremely sad, man. It's just, man, hate to be you. That's all I can say. Hate to be you. All right, I was just replying to this text. But yeah, David Benavidez, man, put his foot down. Like, I'm not gonna be part of that circus, man. Why? So he can inherit some fake ass fanboys. Say, oh yeah, we love you, David. Right, so he can inherit Canelo and Spence fanboys. Yeah, we love you, David. We've been surprised supporting you this whole time. Yeah, right. Y'all motherfuckers don't care nothing about David Benavidez. I was one of the few people that was saying for the longest time, like, man, this nigga deserved his shot at the WBC champ. You know, he deserved his shot at Canelo, man. Why is this man ducking him? Why is he cherry picking? Why is he fighting this guy but not fighting David Benavidez? But I guarantee you, if somehow the money was motivated Bud to get in there with Benavidez, and that fight happened and Benavidez won, y'all gonna be like, David Benavidez this, David Benavidez that. He's pound for pound, blah blah blah. You know, this is a fake ass. It's just this boxing community is fake as fuck. You know what I mean? I've seen so many fanboys get, um, what you call it, bodied. You know, body bagged. So many fanboys body bagged. Shout out to Bruce Gas. Shout out to Bruce Gas, man. Salute to you, fam. Yeah, man. Yeah, but other than that, um, it was a good first round KO for Jerron Boots Ennis. Um, Unfortunate circumstances for Chief Keith Thurman. You know, he got to go back, to the drawing board, and hopefully he'll get his shot versus Sebastian Fundora, who's also a sucker. Sebastian Fundora is a sucker, man. You know, and there's, like I said before, there's a blueprint on how to beat him. You know, what was it, Brian Mendoza? Already knocked him the fuck out. You know, and maybe Keith felt like he was close to getting that, you know, to reaching that goal of knocking Sebastian Fundora the fuck out for the second time in his career. But he didn't get an opportunity. So hang in there, Keith. You know, I think his hairline went stretched back a little further because he's stressed, man. He is stressed the fuck out. He looked like a full fledged Middle Eastern at this point. But anyway, best of luck to Keith. You know what I mean? Um, he's only getting older. His boots fall like he was double parked. Ah man, you been flaming real low key Bruce Gas lately. That shit was funny. You said who had more tune ups? Boots or Box Chevy 57 or some shit. Ah shit was funny as fuck. Man. Yeah, definitely Boots. Boots has definitely had more tune ups than the 57 Chevy, man. For sure, for sure. In my humble opinion. And this enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. It's time to upgrade. And when you upgrade and fight top competition, you get rewarded. Speaking of rewarded, man, Bud Crawford was getting honored and rewarded at a preseason Phoenix Suns NBA basketball game, man. They handed him a pair of gloves with his boxing record on it, his perfect record, perfect 42-0. And they gave him a jersey, man, a Phoenix Suns jersey with number 42 in representation of his wins, how many wins he's had in the sport. So while y'all are out here celebrating Luis Lima victories, with this tune-up that Boots had, Bud Crawford is getting celebrated all over the world, not just Omaha. Even Phoenix, Arizona is showing him support, and they know he can hoop. You know, so yeah, my humble opinion, man. I just think Boots need to just step his game up, level up, man, level the hell up, and you get more accolades than some fanboy love on social media. You actually have some real hardware to go along with it, man. Trophies, certificates, plaques, jerseys, gloves, belts, undisputed. Something you don't know nothing about, Boots Ennis. Undisputed, man. Multiple times. Get on that level if you can. That's all I'm saying. Try to get on that level, man. Don't compare yourself to a great when you're not willing to do great shit. That's all I'm saying. What's up, Red? Red Glove Millie. Shout out to Red Glove Militant. Yeah, man. So that's really I had one more thing too, man. There's been a lot of tragic stuff taking place in the sport, man. I want to say rest in peace to Arturo Gotti Jr. I gotta say this has got to be one of the most deadliest years I've ever witnessed. Not just in the sport of boxing, but just in the entertainment industry all over, man. Entertainers, musicians, singers, uh, football players, basketball players, boxers, actors, all over. People is dropping like flies, man. And we was just talking about what Ricky Hatton. He just They just honored him, had a memorial of Ricky Hatton passing, and they say that this guy Arturo Gotti Jr. He went out the same way his dad went out, man. They saying it's a suicide. They found him. He was hung by a rope or something like that. You know, a noose. So it's unfortunate that we've getting a lot of tragic news this year, man. So man, just appreciate life. Be grateful for what you have, man. You know, grateful that you're able to wake up, breathe in air every day, and you got your arms and legs, hopefully, and you got health. And if you're not, try to get right, man. Try to get right. Um, it ain't just about physical health; it's about mental health too. Because some people going through it. So try to have conversations with people if you feel like they're going through something. If you feel like they're depressed, and we don't really know for sure if this is really a suicide. You know, I don't know. You know, I just know there's a lot of very fishy ass shit homes taking place this year, man. And all I can say is, man, rest in peace. I even heard D'Angelo, the R&B singer, just passed, man. So him and Angie Stone, you know, parents to I believe one or two children, they both passed 7 months apart. You know what I mean? So for someone to lose they both of their parents in a 7 to 8 month span, it's crazy, man. I don't wish that on nobody. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's insane stuff taking place. Bruce Gas says, just like his pops and the same lady was on both scenes. Damn. Yeah, so I'm not gonna even pretend like I know the backstory on what took place with Arturo Gotti Sr. And I don't know the particulars of what took place with them with Junior. I just saying rest in peace, man. Gone too soon. Dude was only 17. They say he was 17 years old. So yeah, man. It was October. We still got a few more months for the year's up. But it's just been a lot of stuff going on this year. Shout out to Julius and Dago. Guy went straight for undisputed when there was no chance. But as soon as it was there, step straight up. Yeah, man. Shout out to Julius and Dago for that. Yeah. You know, I respect more, you know, what you saying that guy, you know, I respect more of the ones that step up more than the ones that, you know, may try to take safe fights like and keep they old, you know, like a tank or some shit. Like I don't never respect guys like that, you know. And I know like, you know, we'll make, you know, fun of Spence here and there, but I still got respect for Spence because Spence didn't bitch up, bro. Spence didn't hold up like Jamel. You know, Jamel knew Bud Crawford was on his ass. Pause. And so he wiggled out of that shit. He didn't want to deal with that. You know what I mean? And Spence wasn't trying to go out like that. He like, you know, win, lose, or draw. I told y'all I was gonna collect these belts and I was gonna get his shit. He didn't get the shit, but he tried. So I at least respect the ones that tried, man. Make an attempt, you know, have courage to go after the best and dare to be the best. So he just fell short. Spence fell short. Julius and Dongo fell short. Who else? Jose Ramirez fell short versus Josh Taylor. Who else? Tyson Fury fell short versus Olazeta Usyk. He got in there though. I thought for a while Tyson Fury was gonna bitch the fuck up. I thought he was just gonna ride off the victory of Deontay Wilder and just say, "I'm the best fighter in the world, no man alive," and all that old bullshit. I didn't want to hear all that. But the mere fact he got in there with Usyk, you know, win, lose, or draw, I still got a level of respect for Fury because he went after it, man. You know, we can go on and on and on about certain guys. You know, better be Van Bibble. And both of them guys, man, put on. And Russia got two undisputed champions out of the equation for that shit. You know what I mean? So I can't get mad at the ones that actually put on. And then these ones that actually went after undisputed, they're the most popular fighters in the game right now. You know, the ones that actually went out on that were victorious. You know, they went out and put their name in a different status. You know, so that's what it's all about. Like I said before, time motherfuckers. Yeah, man. You know, I'm so sick of the ones that got all kind of explanations and you know, they resume ain't on shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. But yeah, man. You know, as long as these guys is going after, daring to be great, I respect them all over. I respect them. You know, some of these dudes just don't have no heart. I can't do no fear irritation, but shit. Uh, Red Glove, Actual Facts, and One Two Kid. Y'all kill it with the impressions, man. I can do a few Floyd and a couple few African niggas or some shit. But other than that, man, um, it's Spence. Man down. I can do Miss Spence or whatever. But other than that, I can do a few niggas. Excuses for 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 any there's excuses for fight that shouldn't happen. I don't respect that. Yeah, man. I don't respect little champ shit at all. I don't respect little champ shit. You know what I mean? Cause when it's all said and done, you know, like a lot of these guys gonna be forgotten, man. A lot of these dudes that was on some goofball shit, clowning around and you know, and the guys that's on some little chap shit, like I said before, I'm rooting against them, man. I'm rooting for Jake Paul to knock out Tank. I hope it happens, man. I'm gonna double, triple down on that shit, man. I'm rooting for Jake, man. You know, the guys that's been on some little champ shit. It's time for the YouTubers and them to get y'all up out of here, man. You know, get y'all up out of here. Real athletes that's not really putting in work. Get I Show Speed and guys like that to humiliate y'all, man, because y'all not really putting in work. So just let these little influencers take over the game, because y'all don't, y'all not taking this shit serious enough. Y'all not taking y'all craft to another level. So get him, Jake. Denzel Washington voice, man. You know what I'm saying? Jake, I need that money, Jake. I'm rooting for Jake, man. So shout out to Jake Paul. In this shit, man. It's in this Tank shit. That's in all the fanboys, man. That's like the last little lingering fanboy community that's out there. They're in the in between because of that draw. They're in limbo. But we need to get that up out of here, man. And he's trying to, do the rescue mission for PBC with this bag or whatever. But yeah, let him get the bag. And I don't want to see him in the bag or nothing like that. But let's just get him up out of here. You know, let's teach him a lesson and get this little light skinned oompa loompa up out of here, man. You know, enough is enough. They're both little champs to me. Shout out to Hawk. Shout out to Hawk and Mustang, man. Shout out to the UGC, man. Everybody that's been supporting this movement. Everybody's been supporting the Black Horseman. And yeah, man, we on to the next. Once again, PBC do got a good card in December, man. They might be their last card, their last hoorah. I don't know. The way it's looking, it might be though. But good ass card, man. The Pitbull Cruz versus Lamont Roach, along with Janabek and Laura and O'Shaky Foster in Fulton. You know, my quick picks right out the gate. Slightly favoring Lamont Roach over Pitbull. He gotta be careful though, because Pitbull's I think he's the bigger man in the fight. I mean, might be a little shorter, but he's been at 40 a lot longer. He's got more experience at 40 than Lamont. But Lamont can box, and he's a dog as well. But I wouldn't go dog for dog. There should be only one dog in there. Matador him or something, man. Set him up, time him, counter him, turn him, and box smart. If I'm Lamont Roach, and I think Lamont Roach will box smart, and it will be a big win for him if he pulls it off. So I got Roach winning that. Janabek and Laura, that's a toss up. I have no idea who's going to win that fight. Um, Janabek is another hype job to me, kind of on the boost level. A lot of people that he been in one weight class, did some shit in one weight class, but everybody's hype over him. Say he's the next best thing or whatever. I'm not convinced, but at least he's about to fight somebody that I know of that. I know how good Laura is, and even though Laura is, I think he's the oldest champ right now. He's the oldest active champion in boxing, if I'm not mistaken. He's 40 something, but it could be 50 something because he's Cuban. Um, I'm kind of rooting for Laura because I met Laura before, took a picture with him, talked to him for a little bit. Um, but I don't know, man. He might, his age might show up, and it might take just one of them things. I think I'm gonna go with Janabek. I think I'm a favorite Janabek because at this point, man, I think the power might be kind of a little too concussive for Laura. But Laura's slick, man. Laura's slick, man. He's found a new little wrinkle late in his career. Even can still punch, man. They say the power's the last thing to go. I don't know. That could be 50-50. I'm slightly favoring Janabek. So I'm going Roach, Janabek, and most definitely, I don't even have to think about this. I'm going Foster. I know y'all think Fulton, just like how y'all hype up Boots, another Philly fighter. I'm not convinced on this Fulton work. I definitely got Shaky Foster um, styling on Fulton. Possible stoppage, late stoppage, but I predict pain for this guy. Hold on, y'all. Let me reply to this message. Yeah, that's really all I got for this one, man. So shout out to PBC, getting a decent car. Hopefully nobody gets hurt before the December the 6th. I believe it's December the 6th when this fight is happening. Yeah, hopefully nobody get hurt, man. Because PBC been having some unfortunate situations, man. Right, rescue mission, man. I think he's retiring. I think his opponent's name is Danny Gonzalez. Oh, Danny Garcia. Oh, I missed that comment. DSG fighting this weekend. He was saying his opponent is Danny Gonzalez. DSG versus DG. Yeah, man. Danny Garcia versus Danny Gonzalez. May the best Danny win. All right. Well, we'll see. Hopefully he don't get cooked on his last. I mean, his last fight he did get cooked versus Lura. So I hope he don't get cooked in his last farewell fight. That'd be hilarious. Rascal says Laura new wrinkle is roids. Oh shit. Because he never has power to have it be to have it be the last thing to go, and now he can punch all of a sudden. Laura did have power. You don't think he had that solid straight left? Yeah, decent pop. But I don't know if that pop is gonna arrive versus Janovic. We'll see. Marky Dan, what's up, dog? Yeah, man. Hey, I did one of Raz Cloud's workouts the other day. I'm still sore off that motherfucker, man. Yeah, man. He got some good workouts. Pull up this Sunday at 2:50 p.m. Eastern. We watching Formula One US Grand Prix. All right. Yeah, man. That's all I really got for this, man. That's really all I got for this, man. So thank y'all for the ones that pulled up. And when I get some more content, man, I'll upload and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to edit something this week. I've been kind of slacking on it, but actually been putting in some work on a new channel I'm trying to start. He said, "Hell no, Laura had that Clarissa Shields power." Oh damn, damn, not the Clarissa Shield pop. Got the poly, got the poly power. I still think Tank will revisit a Ryan rematch. Yeah, man. Him and Ryan can kick rocks, man. Y'all be blessed, man. Stay safe, stay positive. We on to the next.